Hey everyone, good morning and welcome back to Daily Crypto News. It's June 24th, Monday, 2024. And I'm Sarah, your host on Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. I think these days, of course, you guys get a little bit discouraged to be in crypto, but we've done this before. This is going to pass as well, so stay strong and we're going to do what we have to do. And hope you enjoyed the interview with another Project 101 last weekend with Pulse Markets. It's still in the testnet stage. It's a very interesting project for you to just kind of play around off chain. So make sure to check them out, show some love, and let's get started. We have been very happy with our market in the beginning of this year, but I gotta say this quarter, since April, it has been quite strange. And we had all-time highs, nearly 70,000, and we thought it's gonna stay, but we had also low enough price to spook people away. And we can see that from the listeners counts on our podcast. We go with the flow of crypto prices, of course. And naturally, that makes us think about, okay, how will the price be in the future? And I'd like to see TA related articles once in a while. And here we go. There was an article in CoinDesk that talks about why this is happening. And in terms of chart, what are we looking at? What is the next move? And at least in this article, they're using 6-month Bitcoin price chart. So mind that starting point. And it's sharing some humbling, but also reality check time, if you will. So in this technical analysis, they are seeing a pattern called double top pattern. And it's a typical bearish technical analysis pattern comprising two peaks with a valley in the middle. So they are seeing that we have already made those two peaks, which means that we're expecting a down. And essentially the second peak represents the uptrend exhaustion. So we have already peaked, so it's time to go down. So the bearish trend is coming. And this article picks up different reasons why this is happening as well. Of course, there were some fast sellings by miners, Bitcoin miners. There are also some people who are trying to take profit off of the high price, the 70K, which is very reasonable. And then expected outflows of US listed spot ETFs as well. I'm going to talk about ETF a little bit later, but in this context, the price drop definitely makes sense. But of course, this is just for fun. And TA always have a specific time frame, specific patterns inside that time frame. So it might not make sense with your investment timeline. It could be 1 month, it could be 3 months, it could be a year. So everybody has a different timeline in terms of buying and selling. As long as you have a target price, I think it's very healthy. So make sure to take profit and make sure to have fun along the way. Now that we have checked Bitcoin situation, we want to check, of course, Ethereum situation. During these couple of days, there were some discussion going on, a lot of RTs. I'm hanging around on Twitter, so I've spot this article by Andrew Kang, a founder and partner at crypto-focused venture capital firm Mechanism Capital. He wrote an article on Twitter and it says basically about, okay, Ethereum is not gonna have the expected price that we have in mind even after ETF has launched. And I know it's a little depressing story, but I think it's very, very important for us to always come back to reality because we tend to just stay in our own little bubble of crypto universe and we might not see the macro or TradFi related information. And it is important because especially ETF is going to launch in the TradFi world, I mean Ethereum ETF. So it's important to see this kind of perspective too. It definitely is not the same perspective that I have, but I think it's worth mentioning. So essentially he is saying that before ETF launches, he expects Ethereum to trade from 3,000 to 3,800. Not bad, right? But he says that after ETF launch, his expectation is around $2,400 to $3,000. So that's not a promising price, is it? But the interesting part of this article is his argument backing this price expectation. He thinks that Ethereum is definitely lacking some sort of momentum within the ecosystem. But most importantly, Ethereum is not as interesting asset as Bitcoin, for example, because Bitcoin is a macro asset with more appeal to institutions. Of course, when it comes to crypto industry, Bitcoin is number one, right? So a lot of institutions with access issues like macro funds, pensions, endowments, a lot of different funds will be interested in investing into Bitcoin. Whereas Ethereum is more of a tech asset that appeals to VC, specifically crypto VCs, crypto funds, and technologists, retail investors. So it might not have so much inflow of cash to the Ethereum ETF. Obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum has a very different market cap, very different price. So there is that difference. But fundamentally, Ethereum will not be that interesting even if we have Ethereum ETF launches. And Eric Bertunes estimated that Ethereum ETF flow could be 10% of Bitcoin ETF. And Andrew is saying 15%. So that is definitely something that we can think about. And even though the market has a lot of different elements to push up the price or push down the price, but if that is the estimate of industry experts, then I think we could expect that the price of Ethereum or the market in general will not be affected that much, even if or even when the Ethereum ETF is launched. What do you think? I would like to speculate on the price, but also the future of this market, because we have already Bitcoin ETF and we're looking at Ethereum ETF, and there is already Solana and other ETFs that we are expecting. What do you think? Agree or disagree? Email me at sarah@dailycryptonews.net. Cut to the chase. Did 50 Cent launch a meme coin? No. Rapper 50 Cent just has fallen as a victim to a hack because his Twitter account was hacked, and it was used to promote a fraudulent meme coin based on Solana blockchain. We have been talking a lot about celebrity meme coin, and I'm tired of it. I try not to talk about it. But anyways, these hackers capitalized on the trend of these celebrity meme coins and compromised 50 Cent account. And they used 50 Cent Twitter account to say that he has actually launched and endorsing a meme coin called GUNIT, token ticker GUNIT. And this promotional tweet were very elaborate, referencing different types of celebrity-related cryptocurrency projects like Daddy, Mommy, Doggy, or whatever, and leading many people to think that 50 Cent endorsing GUNIT. This meme coin was launched on Pump.fun on Solana blockchain, and of course, 50 Cent did not launch it, did not endorse it. And 50 Cent took his Instagram account to confirm that his Twitter and website were compromised, and these tweets endorsing GUNIT was not genuine. It was not his. And Twitter acted upon it, so they locked his account and made all his tweets unavailable. Another lesson learned, just be careful. Of course, I could imagine people were thinking it's on his official Twitter. Of course, this is right. But I think this is also about people who would like to benefit and profit out of quick investment. Unless you are the master of it, you're the expert of the expert. Investment takes quite some time. Investment need education, investment need patience, most of all. So always be careful. One of the main narratives in this market is RWA, real asset tokenization, and it's in my radar, and I have been following quite some projects and different blockchains who are at the forefront of it. And it seems like it's not that easy. McKinsey and Company said in a report on Thursday that market for tokenized asset may only be worth $4 trillion by 2030, even in an optimistic scenario. So RWA, if you don't remember, it is about making any types of asset that is in the real world, not just coins or cryptocurrency and the blockchain, that could be tokenized and put it onto blockchain for further adoption and more secure accessibilities. And the interest in this RWA sector has been kickstarted by global asset managers and banks such as BlackRock, Citigroup, or HSBC, different banks around the world, bringing commodities or treasuries, real estate, stablecoins, etc. onto blockchain. But McKinsey pointed out that this might not be as fast, as broad as we think. They mentioned in the report a couple of reasons for that as well. The slow pace is basically about financial institutions are adopting blockchain technology not as fast as we expected. Of course, they have a different technology adoption cycle. And then number two is that the asset that people would like to tokenize are not that many. And number three, many institutions are still kind of in a wait and see mode. So all these things combined, market capitalization of this sector can't be that big because it has to fast, it has to broad, it has to have a lot of money to make that value big. But the report also mentioned that tokenization as an industry is at a tipping point with many pilot projects is moving on to larger scale deployment as well. So we do see the interest, we do see the drive from the market leaders, but it's not fast enough. It's not big enough. I am very interested in this sector, even without like stable coins or treasuries. I think there are a lot of different assets that can be tokenized and benefit for. I think in the past, maybe NFT could have been used in that way, but it obviously failed. But RWA, basically tokenizing assets, can be the next big thing for mass adoption of cryptocurrency. So if you have any RWA project that you guys are looking at, I would love to cover it. I would love to study with you. So let me know. You can DM us on Substack. Tokyo-based investment and consulting firm MetaPlanet. We all know the Asia's MicroStrategy in Japan, right? They're planning to buy some more Bitcoin. And they're planning to issue a 1 billion yen, which is around $6.26 million worth of bonds to raise that money to buy Bitcoin. And of course, it does not mean that much about the MetaPlanet, except the fact that their stock price went up. So on Monday, their time, Asian time, the stock price gained 11% up. So it is trading around 96 yen, which is $0.6, and continuing the overall 500% gain so far this year. That's all for today. So let's see how the markets are doing.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk.
My. If we see the fear and greed index, it's 49, neutral, but it's going a little bit fearish. And if we look at CoinMarketCap chart by market cap, we have number one Bitcoin sitting at $62,851.1, which is 2.32% down since yesterday. And on number two, Ethereum, $3,388.88, which is 3.35% down since yesterday. Number three, Tether, $0.9993. And number four, BNB, $574.31, which is 2.83% down since yesterday. Number five, Solana, $126.24, 6.13% down since yesterday. And number six, USDC, also $0.999. And number seven, XRP, $0.4778, which is 1.98 8% down since yesterday. Number 8, Ton coin, $7.26, 4.56% down since yesterday. Number 9, Doge coin, $0.1192, 4.47% down since yesterday. Number 10, Cardano, $0.3772, 3% down since yesterday. And we have a market cap, total market cap of $2.28 trillion. And dominance of BTC is 54.3%. Ethereum is 18.1%. Thank you so much for tuning in today as well. Hope you learned something with me at Daily Crypto News. Drop by on our Substack and subscribe. Consider subscribe. And if you have already subscribed, we appreciate you. Thank you for your good review and communication. Until tomorrow, happy hodling, everyone.